Hello. Yes, it's turning colder for the bank holiday weekend, but it's still a decent weekend for most. Not much rain around, and there will be some sunshine. Here's the reason why. A big chunky area of high pressure just gradually working its way up to the northwest. So it's been shifting its position, which changes the wind direction, and that is why it is turning quite a bit colder. If we rewind the clock and watch those winds switching around from a westerly across northern areas and bringing down the winds from the north, that will bring down that cooler air, particularly noticeable across eastern areas during Sunday and Monday. So yes, it is going to turn colder, but high pressure generally will keep things pretty dry. We've seen one or two very isolated showers across the far south, heavy downpours in places, but most places dry, and they're fizzling out through the evening time. One or two showers coming in across northern Scotland, and a weak weather front bringing some drizzly conditions to western Scotland and through the early hours the north of Northern Ireland. But for most it'll be a pretty dry night. Some mist and low cloud lurking along the south coast of England, might just drift in and around into parts of East Anglia through the night as well. But say for most, a dry night, some lengthy clear spells. Still quite warm air across the south, so still temperatures holding up here in double figures, but it is turning colder elsewhere, and it's going to get colder still as we go through the weekend. We'll start Saturday then with a lot of cloud over Northern Ireland, southern Scotland, bit of patchy rain here and there. That'll push away to the south. Coming up from the south, there is still the threat of some heavy showers, certainly over the Channel Isles, but we might just see some showers getting into southernmost counties of England. So just be aware of that. Maybe one to keep an eye on the radar through Saturday. I suspect most places will stay dry. A few showers coming in across northern Scotland, and that northerly breeze bringing the chill. Certainly a lot colder than it was earlier in the week across northern Britain. But still, 15, 16 degrees as it's likely to be in Glasgow, and southwest Scotland could get 17 Celsius. That's above average for the time of year. So with some shelter here, it shouldn't feel too bad at all. And temperature in the south still 22, maybe 23 Celsius. That'll still feel quite warm. It'll be most noticeable in the east, I suspect, where parts of those North Sea coasts will really struggle temperature-wise and feeling colder when you add that wind on, which will continue to push away any showers from the far south as we go through Saturday afternoon into the evening time. Still feeling some showers in across the Northern Isles and the northeast of the mainland of Scotland during the night. Just a whiff of a hint of frost there across parts of Scotland. Some sheltered glens could dip down to freezing, and it will be a fresher feel everywhere on Sunday. Still, as I said, a lot of dry, a lot of fine weather to be had. And if we'd had a really wet spell in the week building up to this weekend, you'd think it was a fine weekend. But because it has been so warm, you will notice that drop in temperatures. So despite these sunny spells in the west, temperatures will be quite a bit lower than they have been, but still in places around or even a touch above average. Again, it'll be these eastern coasts where we could stay in single figures all day, where there'll be more cloud, one or two light showers drifting in, but many places will be dry. But that colder feel definitely in evidence. Monday's a similar day in that these eastern side of England likely to be cloudier with a few light showers, but again, most places dry. Probably a sunnier day for southeastern parts of Scotland, and with lighter winds here. Again, feeling pretty pleasant really for Scotland, with temperatures above average here. Elsewhere, we're closer to average, mid-teens at best. But with those light winds across Scotland, say 16, 17 degrees, should feel pretty pleasant. But everywhere we'll be feeling quite a bit cooler than it was earlier in the week. Temperatures have been dipping away and will continue to do so. Just thought I'd show you this at the end. These are the temperatures for Monday when you compare them to Friday's value. So noticeable drop, particularly so across the southeast. It is turning colder this weekend, but there's still a lot of fine weather to be enjoyed. So make the most of it and keep up to date with the forecast as we head into next week. Best way to keep up to date, of course, follow us on social media or subscribe to our YouTube channel.